Long ago, in a village surrounded by red earth and tall baobab trees, there was a drum. Not an ordinary drum. A sacred drum. It was called the voice of the first fathers. When it was played, the wind would slow. The fire would bow. The elders would close their eyes. Because the drum did not make sound. It made memory. It carried the voices of the ancestors. And only one person could play it. The keeper. The keeper was old. Older than most trees. Older than many stories. When he struck the drum gently, the village felt guided. Protected. Watched over. The harvest grew well. Children were healthy. Rain came when needed. The drum was never touched without purpose. Never played without prayer. Until one night, it was stolen. The morning came quietly. Too quietly. The drum house door was open. The sacred cloth was on the ground. The drum was gone. The elders felt it first. A silence that felt wrong. Not peaceful. Empty. The wind did not move. The birds did not sing. The air felt heavy. The ancestors were silent. The village began to weaken. Crops bent. Animals grew restless. Dreams became troubled. The elders called a meeting. Who would dare steal what does not belong to humans? One elder whispered. No one answered. But in the crowd, a child stood still. Her name was Amora. She had dreamed the night before. In her dream, a shadow carried the drum toward the dark forest. And the ancestors whispered, "Return our voice." Amora stepped forward. "I know where it is." The villagers laughed. "You are only a child." But the oldest elder looked at her carefully. "What did you see?" Amora spoke of the dream. Of the forest. Of the silence. Of the whisper. The elder nodded slowly. When the ancestors speak to a child, it is because adults have stopped listening. Amora was given a small blessing. Not a weapon. Not armor. Just a string of white beads. For protection, the elder said. She walked toward the forest. Alone. The trees grew thicker. The air colder. The light dimmer. Deep inside, she heard it, a faint sound. Not a drumbeat. A heartbeat. The drum was alive. She found it inside a cave. A stranger stood before it. A man filled with greed. He struck the drum loudly. But nothing happened. No wind. No fire bending. No ancestor voice. Only hollow noise. You cannot force memory, Amora said softly. The man turned. You are just a child. Amora stepped forward. The drum does not answer power. It answers respect. The cave trembled. The beads around her wrist began to glow faintly. The man tried to strike the drum again. This time, the cave shook harder. The ground cracked beneath him. Fear replaced greed. He ran. Leaving the drum behind, Amora approached it slowly. She knelt. She placed her hand gently on its surface. And she whispered, "We remember." The forest wind returned. Soft at first. Then stronger. The drum began to hum. Not loud. But deep. Alive. She did not strike it. She carried it home. When she returned, the village felt it before they saw her. The air shifted. The birds sang again. The elders stood. Amora placed the drum back in its home. The keeper, weak but smiling, lifted his hand. Play it. Amora hesitated. I am not the keeper. The old man closed his eyes. You are now. She struck the drum gently. Once. The sound rolled across the land. It was not loud. It was ancient. The ancestors answered. The wind danced. The fire bowed. The people wept. The silence was broken. Not by noise, but by remembrance. From that day forward, the drum was no longer guarded by age alone. It was guarded by wisdom. And the elders teach this lesson: sacred things cannot be stolen, only forgotten. And when the young remember what the old have lost, the ancestors return.